Hours of newly obtained footage is giving us a new perspective on a murder investigation involving a former University of Arizona football player. Neal has since pleaded guilty and is now beginning his 20-year prison sentence. 12 News journalist Bianca Bono has been sorting through all of those videos, and she is joining us now from the newsroom tonight. And Bianca, what did you see?
Well, Caribe, this murder happened in November of 2017. Brian Burns was gunned down by Neal when he was driving near the I-10 and Elliott Road in Tempe. It took investigators until 2022 to make an arrest. But now we're getting a look at that investigation, including the initial interrogation of Neal. Neal, a former Chaparral High School and University of Arizona football player, now starting his 20-year prison sentence for the November 2017 murder of 25-year-old Brian Burns, the man dating the mother of his child. Neal pleaded guilty earlier this year, but newly obtained footage shows that hasn't always been his position.
I'm confident in myself that I didn't do it. I know that I didn't do it. I know where I was.
Denying involvement in this initial interview with MCSO detectives on November 16th, 5 days after the murder.
Is there a way I can get we can talk about this with a lawyer or something like that?
Body camera footage showing the start of the investigation.
Driver's side, 5 shots.
As police were called out to the crime scene in Tempe around 3 a.m. on November 11th.
He hits him. I hear him unload on him.
Witnesses telling police they saw the driver of a silver car sideswipe, then shoot at the driver of a red Dodge Challenger. Burns was that driver, and he had been shot multiple times.
Sounds like we got gunshots inside the side of the car.
Soon after, detectives were interviewing Burns' girlfriend. She told them about strange text messages she had received that day and the night before from Neal, the father of her child, warning her to be safe, then saying he had seen her friend on the news.
Back when me and my child's father both first broke up, 3 years ago, he found out that I was talking to Brian, and it was a really big deal. You know, he's like, he felt like his family was stolen from him.
Immediately, Neal becoming an investigative lead. The silver vehicle seen by witnesses was tracked down and was registered in Neal's mother's name. Still, Neal continued to live his life, coaching at Higley High School, then becoming an assistant football coach at Idaho State University. It wasn't until November of 2021, 4 years after Burns was killed, that MCSO obtained cell phone data placing Neal at the scene of the crime the night it happened. The data also revealing shocking searches from Neal's phone, showing in the days leading up to the shooting, he had researched chloroform and shooting ranges. In the hours following the shooting, repeatedly checking local news websites for articles about Burns' death. In March of 2022, MCSO submitted its case to the county attorney's office, and 2 months later, Neal was arrested in Idaho, pleading guilty to second-degree murder earlier this year. Now, 7 years after a life was lost, Neal is beginning his 20-year sentence behind bars. And Neal was originally charged with first-degree murder, but ultimately pleaded guilty to murder in the second degree. His projected release date from prison is May of 2042. We're live in the newsroom tonight. Bianca Bono, 12 News.
Bianca, thanks. All right, let's